we can talk about it a little bit, but developing um, you're not just your creative skills, but your mental skills as well
Mm,
is incredibly important. And I'm an advocate for mental health and meditation and improving those skills. And as you work on those, that can only help you in the film business as well.
definitely. It's something that I wanted to touch on because I listened to a few interviews and you kind of did talk about the idea of kind of studying and focusing on like human psychology. And I think
Yeah.
as a DP, a lot of what people get wrong about the job is that your job is to light and shoot, and that's really it. But in my experience, as I've grown to become a DP that has worked with crews of like 3 and 3, 5 and 5, it's more about leadership and essentially just directing your crew and collaboration rather than like you having to move equipment because very rarely are you even touching equipment at a certain level.
Yeah.
So I guess for you, when did you start realizing how important understanding human psychology and I guess understanding how you can become a better leader was?
I discovered that earlier on, actually, before I was even in film, in design school, and with running my companies. In that, um, I was always interested with design. You're interested in how the page can move people to, buy something or evoke a feeling. And that led me into psychology. It led me into, you know, to meditation. It led me into all these things, studying the mind. And I felt like those qualities would help in my design work. And then later on, when I went into film, it's even more so
Mm,
because you're trying to evoke emotion in people. It's not just does it look beautiful, but how does it make you feel? How does it move the audience? How does an image um, evoke the feeling of the script and what you're trying to the messages that you're trying to get across? If your image is just beautiful, but it's not bringing out any emotion or bringing the story forward, it's pointless.
mm,
So, and I think the leadership qualities come into play. I mean, as whether you're a small set or a bigger set, you're working with hundreds of people or 10 people or 5 people, but you want to bring out the best in everyone to make them work, not to make them work, but you want to bring out the best in everyone to make your work their work and make it work for the story. So you have to have good leadership qualities to to bring out the best in everyone.
mm,
So when I'm on set, I try and be, as much as I can because I'm a human being, but the calm center of the storm where there's this whirlwind around you and everyone's going fucking crazy because for some reason film sets a lot of times bring out the worst in
mm,
people because they haven't worked on themselves, and you want to be there to almost be like a psychologist, help them through that, but also help them through that so that you bring the story forward and
sure.
make and tell the story like how it needs to be told.